Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Conclave as Scotland. In our last episode we took care of most of the various things that we had going on. We managed to beat England, got them to 100% and got about 900 gold in compensation for our troubles, and we defeated the Waldensian revolt, which had been going on for a while in Ulster here. So that is taken care of. We still are working on revoking the County of Strathearn from Earl Kenneth here, which has been going on for, I think this is the third episode. But we should be able to take care of that pretty easily now, assuming that nobody else declares war on us in the meantime. That will get us up to 7 out of 7 in our domain, and we'll have the entirety of our capital duchy under our direct control, which is pretty good. We'll probably just put the newly acquired gold directly into income improvements in our capital, actually, since these recently constructed castles can be improved pretty cheaply. We'll need to do castle walls here again, so we'll do that. We may have maxed out the castle town in our actual capital, so could do something cheaper here or something else. I think we'll just hold on to the rest of our money for the moment. Apparently the person who we were going to betroth our brother here to is no longer in favor of the marriage, so I guess we'll just break betrothal. Result in our non-aggression pact with the Holy Roman Empire ending. Oh, okay. Well, we probably don't need them in the near future, so that's fine. I guess we have some other marriage relation with the Kaiser though, so that still exists. He's not in this war, so he's not being kept as an ally for that reason. Got some more tech points from Constantinople, which is good. We should get Wallen here married to somebody else, though. We could get an alliance with Castile, but we do know that they are not really a force to be reckoned with in the world. Denmark might be useful. They should be able to at least transport troops across to us quickly, even if they're not extremely powerful. Pomerania, probably the same deal. I think Denmark's probably more powerful though. Let's betroth him to Denmark. How powerful are you, incidentally? 3,000, or thereabouts. It's not nothing. What is going on in Castile, incidentally? He is losing a peasant revolt. It sucks to be him. He's not really in for a good time anyway, completely surrounded as he is by the Adavid Sultanate here. My cynical comments have made people look at things my way. I have created more cynics. No way they will keep up with me. We gain 15 prestige, okay. The Earl of Teviotdale wants to overthrow me. But since the council is content, we shouldn't have too much trouble with factions. Okay, people are now voting for John as our successor. We can change our focus now, so let's change to something that gives us health. Hopefully we'll be able to lose stress at some point. I don't think we have much chance of dying in the near future anyway, but we may as well. We'll choose hunting. Okay, the Duke of Connaught wants elective succession. And we lost our Duke of Galloway. Died a natural death. His successor is Duke Douglas, who is a pretty, well, a bit below average character, actually. Still thinks he should be on the council, though, of course. We can appoint him as advisor, which I guess is suitable to his talents, since he doesn't really have any. So let's see, I'll appoint him or Munster if Munster is more powerful. He's got 1.6k. Munster is slightly more powerful, so I guess it's better to have him on the council. He can be the advisor, and Galloway here can do nothing. So that gets Munster out of whichever faction it was he was in. We won the siege there against Strathern, and we got 100%, so we can enforce demands here. Successfully revoke the county. Be actually over our domain limit now. Guess we lost some stewardship when we changed our focus, so... We were on a stewardship focus, weren't we? I think we were. That's fine though, I guess we can just give away the county of Lothian. Since it's not the best county and it's not in our capital duchy. And we can also then give away the duchy title to one of these people and they'll stop being annoyed about not having it. Which is minus 20 with them. Let's find an appropriate character to give it to. This guy is content and probably not going to cause us any trouble, so we'll grant him the County of Lothian. The council accepts. And we should be able to also grant him the Duchy of Lothian. Oh no, it is showing up correctly, never mind. Which the council also accepts. Okay, we'll appoint Peter here as a commander. So he may now consider himself a powerful vassal. We might have to reshuffle our council a bit. We'll see what happens. The Earl of Ossory wants Prince Duncan to be in charge of Scotland. It has not escaped me, this is Earl Walter of Dublin, it has not escaped me that several of your commanders lack formal training in military tactics. I would like to offer my services by training Somerled, Peter, and Urquhart in the use of advanced battlefield stratagems. So we'll owe him a favour. Which is kind of dangerous. But all of these people will gain the Siege Leader trait. Which does seem useful. Let's do it. What's the worst thing he could ask for? But speaking of laws though, we could potentially try to roll back one of our council laws. Probably the grant titles one. We do not have support for that. Or anything. Alright, maybe there's some other law that we'd like to change. We haven't been ruling for 10 years, I think, so there's no chance of changing succession even if we wanted to. People would not support the realm inheritance law. We could go to high centralization. Which definitely we could afford to do. We are well below our vassal limit. And it will allow us to hold an extra county or extra holding in our domain, which we don't have, but we could build a castle in one of our other counties maybe. People would not support raising the status of women. Or anything else. So I guess centralization is our only choice if we want to put something through. I guess we may as well. There's no downside, I think. It says +3 to domain, but of course the previous level is +2, so it adds up to only +1. Compared to where we were. And we could just go ahead and build a castle somewhere. We have 2 possible places to build one. Uh, 600 gold, is that worth it? Probably is. Let's do it. Alright, so we could have a good chance of beating England again in a war if we were to declare our own offensive one. Which we actually can't do right now. Oh, we have raised levies. Let's get rid of those. We're probably yelling at the screen about that. I probably would have been. Galloway wants increased council power in Scotland, okay. Well, as long as it's just him. The jihad for Anatolia has failed, which is something that I had completely forgotten was going on, but it seems the Byzantine Empire has been successful in holding that off. That's good. Alright, so we've annoyed our vassals by keeping their levies raised unnecessarily for a while there. Shouldn't be too big a deal though, we don't have any factions. Alright, so we have our de jure claim on Suffolk, of course. We apparently can't press the claim of our claimant on, what was it, Northumberland? Or Northumbria? We do have claimants to Lincoln and Shropshire, though. Our Duke of East Anglia has a claim on Lincoln, which is outside of East Anglia, so he would end up gaining some land that he's not entitled to, but that might be actually better to do because presumably this claim will expire at some point. Quite soon, actually, based on his age. Whereas the de jure claim on Suffolk will never expire, so if we were going to press something, it's better for us to press this claim on Lincoln, since we can do Suffolk at any time. And our Earl of Northumbria in here is still not dead, so we won't be pressing any claims on him anytime soon. Should we declare war on England, though? Let's see, they have 11,000 troops, we have about 12,000, but we should have the Holy Roman Empire on our side. They should send some troops based on past form. We can get an alliance with Denmark as well, probably, so, and France for that matter. Let's form alliances with Denmark and France, and then declare on England immediately. France is involved as an ally in another de jure war here, but hopefully that will end soon. Denmark is not doing anything, so they should be free to send troops immediately. Yeah, let's go for it. Look at the alliances first. Oh, the alliance is broken down already? We no longer have any marriage ties. Okay, that's unfortunate. But we do have France and the HRE, so hopefully that should be enough. Kaiser has no other wars going on right now, so he should be free to help us if he actually bothers to. The council is in favor. The pragmatists are against it. Because we're already busy fighting another war? No, we're not. And we actually wouldn't have any alliances or allies joining on our side? Is that right? In fact, France would join on England's side. Well, that definitely doesn't seem good. Can we not call the Kaiser into another war again so soon? Is that what's going on? Who knows? My wife Roxana was captivated by the grace and strength of the hunting birds and begged me for a bird. We can buy her a buzzard, or we can spend more on a falcon, or we can disappoint her. Let's get her a falcon. Alright, so I guess we'll decline to attack England at this point. Instead, maybe we'll start fabricating a claim over here in Wales. And continue our conquest there. So we are actually over our retinue cap, so we can't build any more of that anytime soon. Our upgrades have finished though. See what our income is at now. 25.5, okay. Well, I think we'll just put some more money right back into upgrades here. Let's check on the status of our war declaration here. Still France coming in on his side. Same for any CB that we use. Okay. So I guess something is preventing the Kaiser coming in on our side, and I guess the reason that France is coming in on his side is because, like in EU4, if he's allied to both parties, which he is, he comes in on the defensive side, or at least he gets that coal first, or however it works. So I don't think it's a good idea for us to fight England and France without the help of the Holy Roman Empire or any other allies. Alright, but we can invest in economy tech. I guess we'll just get castle infrastructure. And we can actually get military organization up a level as well, which might allow us to build more retinue. Still over it, okay, never mind. Well, if we have nothing else productive we can do, why don't we hold a feast? Since it's about that time of year. I've given the orders for a great feast to be hosted in Gowrie. Let the preparations begin. The wandering minstrel entered the castle, singing, and did not stop until he found me with a flourishing bow and one long, sad tone from his lute. He finished his song and asked for my patronage. Yes, we will hire him for the feast. When I opened the door I saw no one, but as I stepped aside to close it, a group of acrobats cartwheeled, somersaulted, and tumbled in. They performed all sorts of tricks, and everyone watching exploded into applause when they finished. Yes, we'll have you for the feast. The best part about preparing a feast is deciding what foodstuff to serve. I must purchase venison, boar and duck, spices, wine and ale, honey for the desserts, cheeses, and perhaps even a swan or a peacock. Should we spend lavishly, or just enough to satisfy everyone's hunger? Well, let's go ahead and spend lavishly, why not? Most of the preparations have been made, now I only have to send out invitations. Duke of Galloway refuses. Alright, he's upset about not being on the council, I guess. We don't like him either. Connacht also refuses. Oh, he thinks he should be on the council too. Well, considering that both of them together don't even add up to 50%, I don't think we need to worry about them too much. At least for the time being. Seems like Lothian still does not consider himself a powerful vassal, so that's fine. And we have a kinswoman, quick kinswoman who needs a focus. We'll get her something maybe stewardship related. The guests have finally arrived, all is ready. The cooks have worked day and night preparing the food, and the castle has never looked lovelier. Welcome to my feast. I started talking to one of my guests at the feast and found them most interesting. Hours flew by, wine bottles were emptied, other guests excused themselves and went to bed, but we kept talking until the wee hours. It's the Earl of Cumberland, who I think actually was in this faction. He was. So we are going to become friends. His opinion of me will go right up to 100. He should leave the faction. So that's pretty good news. This bishop cut the throat of one of my servants when the clumsy man spilled wine over his garb. Doesn't seem like Christian behavior for a bishop. So we can imprison him and gain the trait just, which would be pretty good. More stewardship and learning, and vassal opinion. Or we can use some gold to keep the servants quiet, or become arbitrary. No, let's definitely become just. I guess he was also our chaplain. Oh, that's fine, we'll appoint Bishop Dermot. And we can actually use him to good effect since he's even better at the job. Maybe we'll actually be able to convert Gowrie back to being good Catholics. The last of the guests had returned home and everyone agreed it was the year's greatest feast. We gained prestige and a slightly broken tooltip. But I assume some opinion with our vassals. Okay. Well, we are out of time for this episode, so we'll leave it here for now. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.